The fifth thing I did after returning to Before the Apocalypse was actually arming Grandpa and Liang, who couldn't even kill a chicken. Simply because the apocalypse would arrive tomorrow. At that time, most people would turn into zombies who only eat people. Even those who are lucky enough to survive will not be spared. In the apocalypse, there are many scheming people. The evil of human nature will be infinitely magnified. Excessive compassion will only harm yourself. Therefore, if you want to survive in this apocalypse, weapons are particularly important. And they must be firmly controlled in your own hands. But in the last life, I provided my ex-girlfriend with good food and drinks for 80 years. But what I got was her ruthless betrayal. She didn't even treat me like an outsider. She actually fed me to the zombies in front of my face. Not only did she steal all my supplies, but even my companions suffered their poisonous hands. But before I died, I wasn't grateful at all. Kui Jing, Li Shushang. If I am given a chance to be reborn, I will definitely make you two pay the price. But as the scene flashed, what's going on? I saw a pair of long legs standing in front of me. Zhang Xiaoyang, what do you mean? Why isn't my name added to the property certificate yet? Do you even love me? Only then did I realize. Could it be that I was reborn and returned to Before the Apocalypse? In my past life, I was deceived by Kui Jing. Not only was I swindled out of the inheritance my parents left me, but it also led to me living on the streets. Then the global disaster happened, and most people turned into zombies. The whole world fell into chaos. I relied on friends I made while living on the streets to build a safe zone so we could survive. Little did I know that bitch Kui Jing would pretend to be pitiful and come to rely on me, winning my sympathy. But in reality, she was a bait sent by the enemy to disintegrate us. That vicious bitch. Now she still dares to ask me for 400,000 in funds. I'll give you only 1 week. If you don't have it by then. Without waiting for him to finish, I directly pushed him out. Kui Jing outside the door was very confused. Isn't he my simp? How did he become so assertive now? After sending him away, I looked back at the time. There's still a month. I must immediately prepare for the future apocalyptic disaster. Suddenly, a ding sounded in my head. The apocalypse system has been activated. Task requirement. Own a piece of land. Prepare a whole year's worth of supplies. Task reward, 10 points. I didn't expect to have a system in this life. I wonder what these points can be used for. So I quickly opened the system store. Various potion chests, ranging from 2 points to 20 points. Just right, my stomach was growling with hunger. I almost forgot. In my previous life, because of the financial support I gave to Kui Jing, I pinched pennies every day, leading to malnutrition. So I quickly picked up the phone on the table. I have to eat well in this life. So I immediately ordered a feast from Bao Hua Ma. Let me taste what this 300 yuan braised pork tastes like. What exactly does it taste like? The moment I put it in my mouth, I felt like I was going to explode. This is too damn good. So I started gobbling it down, not caring about my image. While I was eating, suddenly the phone on the table rang. It turned out to be a call from Kui Jing's good friend, Wen Shuya. As soon as I answered, I was scolded mercilessly. Zhang Xiaoyang, I'm giving you one last chance. If you bring the property certificate and 1 million in cash now, and kowtow to Kui Jing to apologize, maybe she'll change her mind. Otherwise, just wait for the breakup. Hearing this, my mind instantly went blank. You two bitches, get the hell out of here. I hung up the phone without another word. Then I started thinking about the preparations for what's to come. First of all, I have to prepare a piece of land for myself, in order to cope with the threat of the zombie hordes in the future. And it must be built into the most solid fortress. It not only needs to be impregnable, but preferably close to forests, rivers, and water sources. Soon, I arrived at the real estate center. Sir, are you looking to rent or buy? Just as I was about to state my requirements, I was interrupted by sales manager Zhu nearby. He told her to quickly go to the back and help move boxes. The female salesperson was about to explain that she had a customer, but manager Zhu directly ignored my presence. You have no sense of judgment at all. A poor loser who looks pathetic. Probably a waste who can't even afford a toilet. Hearing this, I was instantly enraged. What do you mean? Are you judging people by their appearance? Manager Zhu said that he was indeed judging people by their appearance. If someone like you can afford a toilet, I'll livestream myself eating shit. Hearing this, I pondered for a moment. You said that yourself. I'll definitely get you some sixes later. Implies he will make Manager Zhu eat his words in a big way. Today, I'm not renting or buying a house. I'm here to buy land. Saying that, I directly pulled out my black card. The onlookers were instantly dumbfounded. Oh my goodness. Does he know how much it costs to buy land? This is the first time I've ever seen someone buying land in my life. This is a real tycoon. Seeing this, Xiao Ning immediately said, "Sir, this way please. I'll give you a detailed introduction right away." The manager Zhu on the side didn't believe I could use that ability at all. Anyone can brag. I really don't believe you can come up with the money. Then Xiao Ning began to introduce. No need to be so troublesome. Let me briefly state my requirements first. 1 mountain, good water source, preferably running water. Convenient road access. Preferably with factory-like buildings on top. Or just a bigger house. Manager Zhu on the side also heard my requirements. A bunch of bad ideas immediately popped into his head. Isn't the land in the East District exactly what he needs? Xiao Ning looked surprised. That land is all unfinished factory buildings. But Manager Zhu looked incredulous. Sell what? This loser has made so many bizarre requests. He's just here to make trouble. I don't care about that at all. As long as it meets my requirements. But Xiao Ning said that there is an unfinished factory on that land. And there are still disputes with the construction team. Then I studied the blueprint of this land. The location requirements can all be met. Putting up a barbed wire fence will definitely be a great advantage. The unfinished factory can also save a lot of costs and working time. I want this piece of land. We can sign the contract and pay now. Xiao Ning was dumbfounded upon hearing about the payment. And asked again, are you really going to buy that unfinished factory land? I told Wen Yan to quickly sign the contract and pay. Someone is waiting to eat some fresh, hot shit later. When he saw the receipt for my down payment, Manager Zhu exploded on the spot. Someone would actually spend millions to buy a piece of unfinished factory land? I don't believe it, I don't believe it. But I just gently patted him on the shoulder. Now it's your turn to perform, Manager Zhu. As long as you eat it well on the live stream. I might be in a good mood and give you a carnival gift. Also, my stomach isn't feeling too good today. But I guarantee you'll get to eat it fresh and hot. Just as I was preparing to find a way to get money and hoard food, a figure suddenly brushed past me. This person was Li Shushang, Kui Jing's godfather. Isn't that Zhang Xiaoyang? What's he doing here? He looked shocked when he learned that I was buying land. So he quickly called Kui Jing and told her on the spot that I was buying land. Daring to use my bride price money to buy land? You bastard, you've gone too far. I must expose him online today. Just as I was considering where to get so much money, there was a sudden knock on the door. As soon as I opened the door, I saw Kui Jing with an angry face. Zhang Xiaoyang, what do you mean? Daring to spend my money to secretly buy land? Hearing this, I was completely dumbfounded. What are you talking about? Don't you fucking think I don't know? You just used my betrothal money to buy a package. My money bought so low is ours. To this, I looked completely innocent. Without saying a word, I pulled out a wad of cash and threw it directly at him. Let me tell you, buddy, I have plenty of money. But I won't spend a penny on you. Don't think I don't know about you and Li Shushang. Hearing Li Shushang's name, Kui Jing was instantly stunned. How could he know about me and Li Shushang? Wen Shuya on the side even came forward to persuade you. You two, calm down. It's inevitable for couples to quarrel. But I won't put up with their bullshit. With a bang, she closed the door. As soon as she went out, Wen Shuya asked him. You really got with that guy named Li Shushang? That middle-aged man? Kui Jing said they just rented rooms a few times. But what Kui Jing didn't notice was, Wen Shuya suddenly revealed a strange smile. Since you've hooked up with Zhang Xiaoyang, then as your bestie, I won't hold back. Who told us to be such good sisters? The next day, the factory started. Tight and secret construction. Renovating walls to build Hong Kong buildings. Texas barbed wire mesh, reinforced steel riot doors, thickened bulletproof tempered glass, and so on. Lee Gongtu from Haru Company hurriedly asked him, "Young brother, what powerful person? Did you offend?" I didn't answer. "Just do your job, don't ask questions. Just tell me how much. To finish this job within a month?" Lee Gongtu said with an awkward smile. "It's a bit too difficult to complete in a month. But it's not impossible. More money is needed." As he spoke, Lee Gongtu held up 2 fingers. 20 million. And a deposit of 5 million must be paid first, before work can begin. I agreed without hesitation. "But you have to start work immediately. I'll transfer the money to you within a week. Don't worry, Li Gong. Don't be afraid. If I don't pay, this package is yours." Just as I finished speaking, Wen Shuya suddenly appeared and took my arm without saying a word. "Brother Zhang, what are you doing here?" Seeing her, I thought of the last time. It was she who encouraged Kui Jing to swindle all my wealth. "I'm going to make you pay double for this." So I threw him off. "Do I need to report what I do to you?" Seeing this, Wen Shuya looked annoyed. Normally, she blushes and panics at the slightest touch. Today, this girl took the initiative so much. And he didn't even react. I definitely can't miss this excellent opportunity. As long as I squeeze out Kui Jing, this delivery guy is mine. The house mortgage only got 3 million. This money isn't even enough for the first phase of construction costs. I still have to think of a way to continue. I almost forgot. Anyway, it's almost the end of the world. It doesn't matter even if I sell the same property multiple times. That's what I'll do. But just then, the doorbell rang again. It turned out to be old Li Deng from downstairs. He's got some money. The first and second floors are his. He also wants to buy the third floor. So this old Deng comes to make trouble all day long. Pouring paint, piling garbage, putting up wreaths, or smashing the Buddha statues. Anyway, he used all sorts of nasty tricks. "Old man, are you ever going to stop? What reason are you trying to find today?" "Fine, fine. Aren't you just eyeing my house? I've had enough. If you want it, I'll just sell it to you." Old Deng, upon hearing this, looking at me with disbelief. "Really? But I do have a condition. My new house won't be ready for another 6 months. So I need to keep living here for another 6 months. But before that, you need to pay me the 5 million for the house in one lump sum. If you don't agree, then forget it." Old Deng agreed without a second thought. "But we need to sign a contract. In case you get annoyed later. You old bastard. Just guard your house and wait to die." Old Deng's 5 million for the house plus a 3 million loan. That's 8 million in total. First, complete the system task and get the rewards. Then I went to the supermarket to stock up on supplies. Cart after cart of supplies. The onlookers were all stunned. This guy must be crazy. But I don't care what they think. Just another idiot who believes in doomsday rumors. At this time, the disaster preparation task is also complete. Attribute enhancement is important in the apocalypse. But this protagonist's supply box just happens to be chicken seasoning. After opening it, there is a space ring inside. The ring has a 500 cubic meter pocket dimension inside. Time inside the space is stopped. I knew it. The first draw always gives the best. That means the fresh food I'm hoarding won't rot. That's just great. Next is the new mission of having enough food and clothing for 10 years. But at that moment, a voice interrupted my thoughts. "Who's making trouble?" The person who came said fiercely. "It's you, Zhang Xiaoyang." It turned out to be Yang Dao, a high school classmate. A lackey who swaggered behind the school bully. He's best at bullying the weak and fearing the strong. "Zhang Xiaoyang, what are you doing? Quickly put these things back where they belong. Or I won't be polite." I looked at him with disdain. It seems that after so many years, you're still bullying the weak and fearing the strong. "I'm here to purchase things today. Is this how you, China Resources, treat consumers? Since you say you're purchasing, then you immediately pay the bill right now. Or don't blame me for being too harsh." 1 hour later, all the materials have been calculated. The total is 56,884 yuan and 3 jiao. Yang Dao directly handed over the POS machine. "Pay the bill quickly." So, Without saying a word, I swiped my card on the spot to pay the bill. A ding sound was heard, indicating the transfer was successful. Yang Dao was dumbfounded at this scene. Then, without looking back, he prepared to leave. But I called him back on the spot. Yang Dao asked me impatiently what I wanted. Your attitude was so bad before. Now you want to just walk away? If you don't apologize in person, I'll return everything immediately. As soon as I said that, Yang Dao revealed his true colors. Don't you fucking go too far? You still want to cause trouble, don't you? But the onlookers couldn't stand it anymore. You are so snobbish. You treated him so badly just now. Now he's just asking you to apologize. It's not too much. If you don't apologize, we'll return everything too. I smiled and looked at Yang Dao. As long as your apology is sincere enough, I will buy 10 times more supplies. If you don't believe me, check the balance on PUSC. I just heard a ding from PUSC. Seeing the balance of more than 7 million, Yang Dao was shocked on the spot. If you apologize, I'll keep buying. If I'm lying to you, I'm a son of a bitch. Without a word, Yang Dao bowed to me. I'm sorry. Seeing this, I gently stroked his dog head. Remember, don't be snobbish in the future. Leave a line for others, understand? Just as I was turning to leave, Yang Dao respectfully called out to me from behind. Brother Yang, what are you going to do with buying so much stuff? If you're doing big business, the little bit of stuff in this warehouse isn't enough. We need to find a wholesaler. Hearing about a wholesaler immediately piqued my interest. Are you saying you know a wholesaler? Yang Dao, definitely. Do you remember Zhang Shengzhe? He's wholesaling this stuff now. After saying that, he immediately called Zhang Shengzhe. Brother Jay, I've got a big client for you. Afterward, I followed him to a huge warehouse. Suddenly, a car drove up behind us. Yang Dao almost fell because he wasn't paying attention. But I didn't even flinch. Driving so arrogantly. I bet they haven't run into anyone who won't fake an accident. Then Zhang Shengzhe walked out of the car, smoking a cigarette. Yang Dao immediately introduced me. Brother Jay, this is the big client I brought. My middle school classmate, Zhang Xiaoyuan. You should remember him, right? Zhang Shengzhe pondered for a moment. Now that you mention it, I remember. That guy who was a bit stubborn. Zhang Shengzhe sized me up carefully. Wearing all that cheap, fake designer stuff. I really look down on you kinds of people who are broke and stubbornly poor. Then he slapped Yang Dao on the head. This is the big client you were talking about? What a waste of my time. Then he gave Yang Dao a hard kick. I've been fighting my way in society for so many years. I can tell if someone has money or not with just one look. To that, I just smiled slightly. Looks like my aura is truly unbelievable. Not even a snobbish and illiterate person can be intimidated. Wen Yan Zhang Shengzhe grabbed my collar. Say that again if you dare. I said you're a snobbish and illiterate person. Am I wrong? Seeing this, Yang Dao immediately put on a smiling face and tried to dissuade him. Yang Ge, don't mention JGE's pain. He hates it the most when people call him illiterate. Saying nothing would have been fine, but saying that made Zhang Shengzhe even more angry. Your look is full of ignorance. Please take your dirty hands away. And show me your payment account. The next second, Zhang Shengzhe received a 1 million transfer notification. Zhang Xiaoyang, are you serious? Of course. Otherwise, would I be wasting my time playing with an illiterate like you? I want to buy 5 million worth of goods. I'll pay you the remaining 4 million when the goods are ready. Rice, oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar, tea, snacks, drinks. Anything that can be eaten or drunk, I don't care, I want it all. Hearing this, Zhang Shengzhe immediately revealed a sinister smile. It just so happens that a batch of expired food has just arrived. And now there's a sucker to take it all. If you buy all this batch of goods, how about I give you a 10% discount on top of the wholesale price? But I have to check the quality of the goods first. Then he randomly picked up a bag of snacks. Except for the top layer. The rest are all substandard goods. Zhang Shengzhe, you're quite the schemer. Zhang Shengzhe didn't expect this guy to be from headquarters. How about this then? If you buy it all, I'll give you a 50% discount. Wen Yan, I don't need it. My 5 million is for buying the best quality goods. As for your substandard goods, I have other plans for them. At your suggested 50% discount, I'll take them all. But the payment will be a month later. If you're worried about me not paying, I'll mortgage my house to you. So Zhang Shengzhe agreed on the spot, but was very curious about the sales channels for my batch of substandard goods. I looked at him with a sly smile. Don't even mention substandard goods. Even expired food will be worth a fortune in a few days. Zhang Shengzhe was completely dumbfounded. What do you mean by that? As for the reason, don't ask. I'll send you the delivery address now. Just then, the phone suddenly rang. Are you Mr. Zhang? Is it you who listed a second-hand house for sale on 85 Tongcheng? So I immediately told Zhang Shengzhe that I have something to do. You take care of the food. After I left, Zhang Shengzhe looked puzzled. How did this kid, whose family is clearly just average, manage to get to where he is now? Mr. Zhang, here is a 400,000 deposit. I can accept your condition of moving in 3 months later. Can we sign the contract? The buyer is a simple-looking old woman. This old woman didn't even look at the house carefully, and was in a hurry to pay the deposit. So I quickly asked the old woman, why are you in such a hurry to buy a house? It turns out her granddaughter needs to transfer schools urgently, and needs the house for registration. We've been going around in circles nearby for a while, and only your house is available. So, Mr. Zhang, you must not go back on your word. But old woman, you're too honest. You revealed the whole reason right from the start. Aren't you afraid I'll take advantage of you? The old man Wen Yan immediately panicked. This money is the total savings of 2 generations of our family. Mr. Zhang, please don't. Wen Yan, I quickly said. Old woman, don't worry. I will definitely not go back on my word. Then I immediately picked up a pen and on the contract signed my name. Holding the contract, the old woman showed a satisfied smile. Well then, Mr. Zhang, you go ahead and be busy. I won't bother you anymore. My wife is kind and universally compassionate, despite her low social status. She and her granddaughter, in this upcoming apocalypse, probably won't survive even a month. Thinking of this, I signaled my wife to wait a moment. Tell me the address of where you live now. Then I went to the construction site again. The foreman hurriedly asked about the direction of the second phase of the project. Don't worry, I'll transfer it to you in a moment. How is the construction progress? About 70 to 80% complete. Look, the door and walls are definitely solid. The warehouse is an existing structure from the unfinished factory. And we've already cleaned it up for you. It's ready to use anytime. I'm very satisfied with this progress. So I quickly had Zhang Shengzhe send the supplies over. Soon the warehouse was filled to the brim. It's practically a doomsday shelter. I specifically told the workers to handle the compressed food separately. These must be handled separately. Otherwise, they'll easily spoil. After a busy day, night quickly arrived. Looking at the doomsday supplies filling the warehouse, a satisfied smile appeared on my face. Then the system dinged. The 10-year supply task has also been completed. System points plus 20. Unexpectedly, the system store actually has new rural government items. So I quickly opened the system tasks. Physical enhancement potion, 20 points each. Post-apocalyptic cultivator supply box, 2 points. Ability awakening supply box, 10 points. To actually be able to obtain abilities before the apocalypse. So, I exchanged it without hesitation. Ability awakening supply box. Mind's Eye, level 1. Can see if the other party is hostile. Seeing this, I was excited. This can be considered one of the most useful abilities in the early apocalypse. At this time, the system popped up a new mission. Arm yourself to the teeth. Mission reward. 10 points plus a random reward. So, I smiled slightly. I didn't expect the system to think of the same thing as me. Then, I came to the midnight black market. The people on the street were buying and selling goods at stalls. Not only was there Qin Shi Huang's head from when he was a child, but also Wu Zetian's toes that ran out of Mwangdui. Suddenly, I noticed a figure in the crowd. It turned out to be that bastard, Li Shushang. He's actually buying cheap, fake jade in the ghost market. Recently, That bitch is stupid enough to be deceived by this kind of stuff. But I noticed the vendor selling knives and swords on the stall. And this is exactly what I've been searching for. I finally found it today. So, I pretended to ask. Boss, do you have any hard goods here? The boss looked impatient. This is a knife sharpener. If you want something heavy duty, go back and get someone yourself. If you're not buying, get lost. Hearing this, I said seriously. I want that kind of even harder stuff. The vendor's eyes suddenly went blank. Are you here to cause trouble? As the sound of 200,000 knives and sticks rang out. At this moment, the vendor blanked out. Seeing this, I signaled him not to be nervous. I sincerely came to buy some hard stuff. Xiao Shang, watch the stall for a while. It's not convenient to talk outside. Please come this way. Then he led me to a remote bungalow. Boss, we only have homemade pistols. Brother, these country guns are okay. The price is only 2,000 yuan, do you think that's okay? But before he could finish speaking, I immediately said no. So the vendor looked at me again carefully. Then he took out a revolver. The performance is not much different from that of the Italian pistol. This is probably not enough. I already paid a 200,000 deposit. It's probably not appropriate for you to sell me this kind of stuff. Hearing this, the vendor looked puzzled. What deposit? Hearing these words, I immediately became exasperated. 10% deposit. I want 2 million worth of weapons. Brother, what are you going to do with so many weapons? There are orders of this level too? You're looking for me, a small street vendor? Don't ask so many questions. Just tell me if you can do this or not. Seeing this, the vendor immediately signaled for you to wait a moment. Having said that, he silently opened the curtains. He climbed to the window and peeked out to see if anyone was following. Then he looked back at me solemnly. You've come to the right person. This I can do for you. But you need to write a list for me. The night after tomorrow, I'll drive to your address and deliver it. Remember, we only accept cash. Then just wait, brother. But as soon as I went out, I heard Li Shushang's voice. More than just Xiaoyangma. I can't believe I'd run into you at the black market. No wonder you've been so generous lately. And you're treating Jingjing differently. Looks like you have some heirloom jewels at home. Why has your marketing been looking so good lately? Want to learn from others and be annoying? Selling everything just to live comfortably. Hearing this, I smiled slightly. Just right to try out my new skill on this guy. So I activated the mind's eye on the spot. Above the stall owner's head was a green smiling face. While above Li Shushang's head was a purple gloomy expression. Sure enough, this ability is very practical. That's right, I'm just annoying. The jade in your bag must be the cheap stuff you just bought from the street stall. So, you use this fake stuff to trick Hui Jing into sleeping with you, huh? Yeah, that's right. After all, she's just a used item of mine. That's all she's worth. Hearing this, Li Shushang immediately became angry. Say that again, you bastard. The stall owner beside him asked doubtfully, Brother, is this someone you know? No? More like an enemy. Got it. Brother, go ahead and do your thing. I'll teach him a lesson for you. As I left, I told them not to kill him. I have my own plans for his life. Without another word, the stall owner led his men over. Li Shushang was so scared he kept backing away. What do you want? But before he could finish speaking, the men pulled out their batons. Brother, let's talk this over. But these guys are ruthless. In the blink of an eye, they beat Li Shushang to the ground. Zhang Xiaoyang, you bastard, block them for me. Soon, 2 days had passed. The requested weapons were all delivered on time. Congratulations. Armed to the teeth mission complete. System points plus 10. Current points, 20. And an extra reward of 2 bottles of physical enhancement potion. And they're plus 2. That's twice as potent as the ones in the store. So, without a second thought, I grabbed the potion. And injected it right into my arm. The pain made me tremble all over. But I clenched my teeth and persevered. The average physical fitness of an adult male is 5. And I've added 2 points now. That's equivalent to a 40% increase in strength. In that case. Then I immediately opened the system store. And exchanged for another physical enhancement potion. And some preparations for the upcoming mores. Might as well maximize my strength advantage. 8 points of fitness. That's 60% more strength than the average person. Let's find a target to test it on first. Then I saw the twisted bar leaning against the wall. Picked it up and scribbled on it. It's really a bit thick. After thinking for a moment, I kicked the twisted bar and bent it. Sure enough, with my current strength, bare hands are already beyond the physical strength of ordinary people. Even fighting against the morae's venting zombies will be effortless. These weapons probably won't take up too much space either. It's safer to store them in the spatial medium. The first day of the moraes is the day after tomorrow. Think carefully about what else needs to be done. At this moment, I remembered the old woman who came to buy a house for her granddaughter before. That's her life savings. Even after experiencing the life, death, and human malice of the moraes. Regarding the plight of the poor, I still find it hard to completely do nothing. Never mind, never mind. Send some necessary supplies to the Mo family. As for whether they can survive, it depends on them. It's also a reward for providing funding for my Mo family's plan. Finally, I drove to an old residential building. Luckily, there's navigation. Otherwise, who could find a place like this? It seems the old man isn't living a wealthy life. He's renting such a cheap room. And he even chose the top floor. I was about to knock when I suddenly stopped. I need to take out the supplies I'm going to give first. Otherwise, it'll be hard to explain. The old man might think I can do magic. As the ring glowed with a golden light, boxes of supplies filled the hallway. After preparing everything, I knocked on the door. The old man slowly walked out wearing slippers. Coming, wait a moment. The old man hurriedly said as soon as he opened the door. The rent is due next Monday. But when he opened his eyes, he realized it was me. Aren't you Mr. Zhang? The old man was clearly surprised by my arrival. Mr. Zhang, what brings you here? Without saying a word, I indicated that I would explain it to him later. Quickly move the things at the door inside. Don't let the neighbors see. Soon, all the supplies were moved inside. You young people sure have stamina. Carrying so much stuff in one go without even panting. And all I did was tidy up the house. The rooms are alright. The door is barely sturdy enough. It should be able to handle the next few days of the apocalypse for now. Then he solemnly reminded the old man. What I'm about to tell you. You must remember well. If these supplies are used wisely, they should be enough to last you half a year. Starting tomorrow. But after seeing the photo frame on the table, I froze. The old man behind him asked in confusion, What's wrong, Mr. Zhang? Just put these supplies in your room. Anyway, we'll be moving in a month. Wen Yan didn't answer. Instead, he stared intently at the photo frame on the table. It's Shanshan. I don't remember mentioning Shanshan's name. Wen Yan didn't answer. Instead, he continued to ask. Where is your granddaughter now? The old man replied, She's studying in our hometown. Aren't we waiting for your house to be transferred to my name? Then I can transfer Shanshan's school. The procedures are almost complete now. This reminded me of my past life. Shanshan always blamed herself. It's all my fault. I killed Grandpa. In the previous life, Grandpa risked his life to save her. He rushed into the high school that had already fallen. Finally, he managed to rescue Shanshan. But he himself died inside because of it. In this life, I will definitely help you make up for the regrets of the previous life. So, I immediately told Grandpa that you probably can't move into my house. Grandpa Wenyan looked puzzled. Mr. Zhang, are you going to go back on your word? You can't do that. Seeing that Grandpa was a little worried, I quickly comforted him, saying it's not what you think. From tomorrow on, this world will become a human hunting ground. The house and Shanshan's school registration, etc. These are no longer important. Take me to Shanshan's school right now. I will arrange a new place for you to live. But Grandpa didn't understand after listening for a long time. Mr. Zhang, what are you talking about? I, an old man, don't understand a word. Damn it. I forgot that Grandpa is old. He doesn't understand many things at all. How should I explain it to him? Grandpa, do you know about famine? How miserable and terrifying people were during the famine years. You should be able to imagine it, right? Grandpa said that I came from that era. But now it's a prosperous age. How could there possibly be a famine? Even if there were, it wouldn't be that bad. Before he could finish speaking, I took out my storage ring. And then, in front of the old man, I put all the things in the room into it. Looking at the empty house, the old man was shocked. Where are the things? Why have all the things in the room disappeared? Mr. Zhang, are you performing magic for this old man? In order to make the old man believe, I adopted a very serious tone. I have superpowers. And I can also predict the future. If you and Shanshan want to live, from this moment on, do everything I say. Where is Shanshan's school? After getting the old man's answer, I immediately went downstairs and started the car. To this point, the old man was still completely bewildered. 3 seconds later, I arrived at Shanshan's school. As soon as the car stopped, I rushed up. Which class is Shanshan in? Which dormitory do you know? At the same time, let's look at Shanshan's side. You bitch, I just don't understand. What makes Zhang Xiaochen like me when you're around? Saying that, she slapped her. At this time, Meng Shanshan looked wronged. I said I didn't want to be with her. It's Zhang Xiaochen, it's all her wishful thinking. But before she could finish speaking, she was kicked solidly again. Did I fucking tell you to argue? What do you mean? You're saying my Zhang Xiaochen will be here until dawn? And you fucking look down on him? Saying that, she angrily grabbed Meng Shanshan's hair. But just then, a voice suddenly came. Let go now. What are you doing? This bullying female student also noticed the old man. Shanshan, isn't this your useless old man? This is a matter for young people. What are you and old Deng meddling in? The old man only cared about his grandson. Without a word, he rushed over. You little bastards, didn't your parents teach you anything? Bullying classmates like this? The strong student next to him prepared to use the stone stick. You old bastard, let go of me now. Saying that, he was about to hit the old man. Just at this critical moment, I grabbed the male student's hands. At such a young age, why not learn something good? Want to be a gangster? But the blonde-haired guy on the side was full of disdain. Where did this poor tough guy come from? Xiao Jian, I haven't heard you have an older brother. Hearing this, I instantly got angry. I kicked the blonde guy into the air. He barely stopped after flying for several kilometers. Damn, he's a martial arts expert. Brothers, let's get him together. But I just glared at them coldly. Then I just stood there quietly. The two of them prepared to attack me, one in front and one behind. Just as the baseball bat was about to hit my head, I easily dodged the attack by ducking down. I didn't expect that after increasing my strength. My body's reaction speed also increased. Then I grabbed the student by the back of his collar. And slammed him onto the ground. The student screamed in pain on the spot. While I was distracted, Yellow Hair launched a sneak attack from behind. But I wasn't flustered at all. I casually grabbed his arm. Then I raised my right leg sharply. And kicked Yellow Hair's knee pit hard. Yellow Hair immediately did a bright shine, likely a slang term for collapsing. He fell face first into the ground with a thud. These young people are so great. They fall asleep as soon as they lie down. The girls who used to bully Meng Shanshan suddenly looked terrified. What do you want? But without a word, I slapped her. The girl was immediately stunned by my slap. Then I grabbed her hair. Don't you like grabbing other people's hair? The trembling girl screamed immediately. Let me go. I ignored her. Instead, I took out a dagger and pressed it against her throat. The girl asked in horror, what are you going to do with that knife? But with a flash of the knife, I coldly looked at the girl bullying Shanshan in front of me. Shanshan had already covered her eyes in fright. And the other girl bullying was also dumbfounded on the spot. Then the girl suddenly knelt down with a thud, waiting for a reaction. And shouted in horror. My hair! My hair! Bastard, how dare you cut my hair? I swear I will never forgive you. Hearing this, I showed a look of disdain. Long hair will only be a burden to you. Saying that, I threw down the cut hair. The girl asked confusedly, what are you talking about? You'll know in a few days. Maybe short hair will save your life then. Shanshan, let's go. Hearing this, Meng Shanshan looked puzzled. Go? Go where? Aren't we going to school? What school are we going to? A big famine is coming. Survival is the most important thing. Hearing this, Meng Shanshan immediately stopped him. Grandpa, don't believe those nonsense stories again. How much money did you get scammed this time? Listening to Yan Sunlang's conversation, I smiled. Shanshan, I must protect you in this life. So I quickly explained to Shanshan. Your grandpa wasn't scammed this time. I was the one who told him about the famine. Meng Shanshan looked puzzled. May I ask who you are? My name is Zhang Xiaoyang. You can just call me Brother Xiaoyang. But Meng Shanshan was still very confused. What does Grandpa mean by the Great Famine? So I explained with a smile. This was fabricated to make it easier for him to understand. What's really coming isn't a great famine, but the apocalypse. Upon hearing this, Meng Shanshan looked incredulous and opened her mouth wide. It's about time now. Open your phone and look at short videos and news. You'll find clues in them if nothing goes wrong. After watching videos for a while, Meng Shanshan was stunned on the spot. A rabies patient bites people on the street. Script platform reports. Today's smog seems to have a strange smell. Citizens, please be sure to wear gloves when going out. It wasn't until this moment that Meng Shanshan reacted. Is there really an apocalypse? Of course. Because the signs of the apocalypse have already appeared. Tomorrow is the first day of the apocalypse outbreak. Toxic smog will cover several provinces, including B province. It will affect the creatures in the toxic smog area. At that time, most people will. Therefore, they will mutate into zombies. And the remaining people won't be lucky either. Once they die, they will become members of the zombie horde. As a young person, you must know what zombies represent, right? Meng Shanshan quickly indicated she knew. But this is too unbelievable, right? Wen Yan, I said calmly. By the day after tomorrow or even next week, all of this will really happen. You won't have this thought then. Damn it. And we're stuck in traffic now. And the emergency lane in front is blocked too. Damn it. Although the zombies won't be completely out of control for at least a few days. What if a small-scale outbreak happens here? Just then, a Mercedes-Benz recklessly rammed up from behind and cut in front of my car and directly squeezed my car a bit. Damn bastard, not even using the turn signal. Just cuts in from the emergency lane. I can't stand your bad habit. So I turned the wheel sharply towards the other car and firmly blocked the car on the right from cutting in. And the other driver seems to be a ruthless person too. Without saying a word, he accelerated and drove in front of me. Damn. This guy actually wants to cut in again. And he's doing everything to keep me from latching onto the car in front of him. Then he rolled down his window and greeted my entire family. The old man hurriedly advised me that it's better to avoid trouble. But I wasn't flustered at all. Don't worry, old man. If he's looking for trouble, I don't mind sending him off early. After another hour of traffic, the road finally cleared. Just as I was driving smoothly, Meng Shanshan immediately reminded me. Brother Yang, be careful. That car that cut us off is coming again. Hearing that, I looked in the rearview mirror. That damn bastard. Is he never going to give up? Without saying a word, the other driver floored it and crashed right into the left side of my car. The old man indicated that this guy is a typical case of road rage. Mr. Zhang, don't lower yourself to his level. If it were the past, I would have endured it today. But now, there's no need to tolerate scum like this anymore. So, I immediately slammed my foot on the gas. The other car immediately swerved in front of mine. After spinning around a few times, it slammed hard into the guardrail on the side. At this moment, the driver emerged from the car, holding his forehead. Immediately get me the surveillance footage. You must find me this license plate number. Today, I'm going to let you know. Some people you can't afford to offend in this lifetime. Afterward, I took Grandpa's son Liang back to the fortress. The old man was stunned by the scene before him as soon as he got out of the car. Mr. Zhang, this is too extravagant. But I signaled them that everyone should rest early today. Because starting tomorrow, every day will become very, very difficult. The next day arrived in the blink of an eye. Meng Shanshan stretched as soon as she got up. It's been a long time since I've slept so well. It's so nice not having to attend early morning study hall. Wen Yan, I smiled slightly. Let me show you our fortress first. The walls are made of rebar or silver tubes interlaced. The remote-controlled gate is made of 3 centimeter thick pure steel. Whether it's people or zombies, it's impossible to break in without heavy weapons. Remember, without my permission, no one else is allowed to enter the fortress. Meng Shan, who was standing next to me, immediately asked. So, if there are survivors who escape here, are we just going to let them die? I didn't answer at first. Follow me. There are many people with ulterior motives in a desperate situation. The evil of human nature will be infinitely magnified. Get rid of your overflowing saintly heart as soon as possible. It will only hurt ourselves. If there are survivors seeking help when I'm not here, this buffer zone is their temporary shelter. Before I return, no one must enter the fortress. Understand? I'll take you to the food storage now. I'll tell you which areas of food inside can be allocated at your discretion. I'll tell you now. Speaking of which, I turned back and looked at Yishin twice. I immediately activated the mind's eye on both of them. It's not that I don't trust them enough. But in an environment like the wasteland, you have to be wary. Then I opened the storage ring. Weapons are the most important thing in the wasteland. We must ensure they are controlled by our own people. They must not fall into the hands of others. The old man quickly said, "We understand this." But just then, the system suddenly dinged. Reunite with Meng Shanshan. The series task, Old Partners, has been activated. It requires finding and rescuing Zhang Kai, a partner from a previous life. Reward: 20-some points upon completion. Seeing this, my eyes lit up. I was just worrying about how to find my former teammate. So I continued to urge the grandfather and grandson. Remember what I just told you. There must be no violation whatsoever. I have something to do, so I'll go out first. Meng Shanshan quickly asked me, "Xiaoyang Ge, where are you going?" Of course, I'm recruiting. Bumped into our team. Meanwhile, in a KTV room, Zhang Kai is singing with his classmates. After drinking too much, he goes to the restroom. Unexpectedly, he runs into a couple as he exits. Zhang Kai accidentally bumps into the woman. The woman looks at Zhang Kai with disgust. Disgusting. Zhang Kai quickly waves his hand, apologizing. Sorry. But the man next to her immediately loses his temper. He kicks Zhang Kai hard to the ground. You little bastard, are you blind? His classmate quickly steps forward and asks with concern. Are you okay, Zhang Kai? After learning that Zhang Kai is not seriously injured, he angrily questions the man's audacity. Oh, you dare to talk back to me? I've never encountered this before in my life. So without a word, he lifts the male classmate up. Zhang Kai apologizes repeatedly. Big brother, it's all our fault. Please don't do anything. The manager notices the commotion. Someone's fighting again? Can't catch a break for a moment. So he hurries over. Gentlemen, please calm down. What the fuck do you think you are? Do you know who I am? Even your boss wouldn't dare to grab my clothes. Immediately call your boss out here. How dare you embarrass me? I don't think this KTV is planning to stay in business. While the two were entangled, the manager hurriedly told Zhang Kai and the others to go back. Big brother, calm down first. Soon, Zhang Kai and the others returned to the room looking flustered. Chen Chang, standing to the side, asked suspiciously. Why are you two so panicked? Were you chased by dogs? You bet. We accidentally bumped into some hooligans coming out of the restroom. They were drunk and wanted to beat us up. Luckily, the manager was quick-witted, or we would have been slapped. Damn it, when has our mechanical class 3 suffered like this? I'm going to call all the brothers from the department over. I don't believe we can't take care of him. Jian Zhuang, standing to the side, was immediately stopped by Zhang Kai. Okay. We're graduating in less than a year. Don't go looking for trouble. Let the music play, let's keep dancing. But just then, the doorframe of the room went bang. And was kicked open. The group from before stormed in, looking furious. Even the manager was beaten up and his face was bruised. Seeing this scene, Zhang Kai and the others were also at a loss for what to do. The hooligan pointed at Zhang Kai. That's them. Brothers, get them. The manager had no choice but to squat aside helplessly. At this moment, Chen Chang next to Zhang Kai still wanted to step forward. Dare you let me make a call first? But the hooligans wouldn't indulge him. They picked up a wine bottle beside them. "Did I let you speak?" Saying that, the wine bottle smashed down on Chen Chang's head. The robust Zhang Kai shouted anxiously, "Chen Chang!" At the same time, I just arrived at the entrance of the KTV where Zhang Kai was. Hey, as expected of college students. Even when the end of the world is coming, there are still people coming to sing. At the same time, Chen Chang was knocked to the ground by the wine bottle. The blood on the ground stained the carpet red. Zhang Kai shouted anxiously from the side, "Chen Chang, are you okay?" And the man on the side had a nonchalant expression. "How about it, baby? Feel relieved?" But the woman beside him was a little displeased. "Relieved about what? He wasn't the one who bumped into me." The man pointed to Zhang Kai on the side. "It was this kid who bumped into you." Suddenly, Chen Chang grabbed the ashtray on the coffee table. But he was immediately stopped by the man's henchman. "You little bastard, still dare to play tricks?" Seeing this scene, the man became even more angry. "I see that you little bastard has quite a heavy hand." Having said that, another bottle smashed against a bone. Seeing this, Zhang Kai, who was hit to the side, was immediately dumbfounded. Chen Chang, on the other hand, was knocked unconscious by the bottle. At this point, Zhang Kai couldn't bear to watch anymore. He angrily charged towards the man. But another classmate was already trembling with fear. And the man ordered his henchmen to go all out. But what everyone didn't notice was, the manager suddenly sneezed. Immediately, snot gushed out of his nose. Just as Zhang Kai was fighting fiercely with several henchmen, the manager's eyes suddenly became empty. 2 lines of black shoe polish flowed from his eyes. Then, he roared. Without a word, he charged towards the group of henchmen. He bit Longhair's shoulder hard. Seeing this, Longhair was instantly enraged. "Are you a dog? Let me go. Help me pull this dog away." Seeing this scene, Lao San was even more dumbfounded. He immediately showed a terrified expression. But who would have thought that the manager was so strong? He bit Longhair's shoulder tightly and refused to let go. The 2 of them tried with all their might, but they couldn't pull him away. But who knew that the next second, the manager would suddenly turn his dog and bite the arm of the henchman behind him and directly pinned him to the ground. This stuff is way too windy. But just then, I grabbed the manager's neck and lifted him high up. Then a backhand slammed the manager into the big screen on the spot and turned back to coldly scan the crowd. "I suggest you all stop right now." A thug nearby was muttering something. "That crazy manager is as strong as an ox." But this kid pinned him down with one hand. That person immediately coldly questioned who he was. I chose to ignore him directly. Instead, I looked at Zhang Kai behind me. "Did any of you get bitten?" Zhang Kai said no. "What's wrong?" Hearing that, I immediately said to Zhang Kai, "Come here and follow me immediately." Unexpectedly, the man grabbed Zhang Qi's shoulder. "I'm afraid he can't leave yet. Our business isn't over yet." But just then, Long Hair suddenly coughed a few times and said, "Boss, I'm feeling really dizzy." The man thought he just had a bad cold. I just gave Long Hair a cold look. Long Hair then said, "In the afternoon, I just had a bit of a runny nose. But now I feel terrible all over." Hearing that, I immediately asked, "Did he bite your shoulder?" Chang Mao indicated yes. "What's wrong?" I realized then that things were bad. This guy is probably already infected. And now he's been bitten so close to his head. He'll probably mutate soon. So, without a word, I dragged the manager towards the toilet. Everyone asked in confusion, "What are you doing?" But I ignored everyone's words and threw the manager in. Then slammed the door shut. No matter how he struggled inside, it was useless. Luckily, this is just the initial stage. The zombies now don't even have the intelligence to open doors. Then I clapped my hands and glanced at the stunned Zhang Kai. Then a burst of killing intent erupted from my body. "Zhang Kai, tell me, which ones do you want crippled?" Zhang Kai immediately asked in confusion, "Do we know each other?" But the man's lackey wasn't happy. "You're a little arrogant, aren't you?" Having said that, he swung his fist and rushed over. Seeing this, I grabbed his face and slammed him directly to the ground without a word. Even the floor was broken on the spot. Seeing this, Chong Mao angrily rushed over. Bastard. I think you're asking for death. But I didn't give him a chance to go deeper. A strike with my elbow knocked out his front teeth. He was knocked to the ground on the spot. All that was seen was long hair twitching on the ground for a moment. The whole person actually foamed at the mouth and passed out. The lackey next to him looked agile. Couldn't be, bro. How did one punch make him convulse? Then I suddenly roared. Who else wants to try my fist? Come at me. Then I stretched my muscles and signaled Zhang Kai and his classmates to wait for me outside the door. But just as Zhang Kai and the others reached the door of the private room, the man and his underlings were also preparing to leave. But I blocked them firmly in the room. The man questioned what I was going to do. I glanced at him disdainfully. Drinking a little wine and forgetting your place, huh? Almost got my brother killed here. The man said fiercely, what nonsense are you talking? Get out of my way now. I suddenly pushed the man, knocking him to the ground on the spot. You little bastard, you're dead today. But I didn't care about that. I directly slammed the door shut, angering the man to curse at him. You little bastard, open the door. Otherwise, I will definitely strip you naked. But what he didn't know was that his lackey, long hair, was already experiencing a seizure. His eyes bloodshot, he suddenly roared. He directly grabbed at the man. The henchman looked puzzled at this scene. What the hell are you doing? But I held the door shut. All I heard from inside was furious cursing. Open the damn door for me now. The toilet door is open? Followed by a series of cries for help. At this point, the KTV staff asked me if I needed help. I told them to lock that door shut. Don't let anyone open it. Then call the police and the hospital. Tell them there are patients with a raging flu in this room. The staff member looked completely bewildered. A raging flu? Seeing him hesitate, I instantly got angry. Stop talking and just do it. Then I had the staff lock the door from the outside and signaled to Zhang Kai and the others that we should leave. The staff was very confused at this time. The commotion in the room is too exaggerated. Saying this, he wanted to open the door. A colleague next to him quickly asked what was going on. A customer said there was some kind of raging flu patient inside. Upon hearing this, the colleague was immediately shocked. There really is a raging flu? So, without a word, he prepared to go to the surveillance room and reminded him not to open the door casually. But just as he got to the surveillance room and looked, the scene on the screen stunned them. Because the scene inside the private room was simply appalling. Call the police quickly. And I immediately told Zhang Kai and the others. Let's go, this is not a place to stay for long. Then I drove the car away. Zhang Kai still looked puzzled. Big brother, why are you helping me? We don't seem to know each other. Wen Yan said that I was sent to protect you. You don't need to ask who the employer is. Suddenly, Zhang Qi's classmate asked him. Big brother, is that mad flu you mentioned real? Didn't the internet debunk the rumor that the mad flu doesn't exist? Wen Yan, I responded faintly. Then everything that happened in the private room just now was a hallucination? Then, may I ask, big brother, is there any medicine to cure this mad flu? As soon as these words came out, I said sternly, this disaster will not pass. And it will become more and more serious. The whole world has entered the doomsday stage. But at this moment, screams came from outside the window. So everyone looked out the car window after hearing the sound. I saw a mad flu patient attacking a passerby, howling. At this point, several people believed in the existence of the mad flu. And now it's just a local, small-scale outbreak. Most people are still in the incubation period. It won't be long before it gets out of control on a large scale. Then if you want to live from now on, you must listen to me. The few people agreed in unison. This is a prompt from the system. Task. Former partners completed. And I have 20 more points. I might as well see what new rewards have been added to the store. Apocalypse Cultivator Supply Box, 2 points. Sugar and Squid Protein Supply Box, 5 points. Armed Deterrent Supply Box, 5 points. Manual Refresh, 2 points. This Apocalypse Cultivator box is still here. It seems that if I want to refresh it, I either have to sell it or spend points to refresh it manually. The other boxes seem useful. And not expensive. So I'll prepare to go back to the fortress and redeem them all. Suddenly, my eyes became very serious. Because there is a tricky problem to deal with right now. In the previous life, Zhang Kai was betrayed by his dorm brothers, leading to the death of several people in the mouths of zombies. Only Zhang Kai himself was lucky enough to get half his life back. And the guy who killed the others. Who will it be? At the same time, Kui Jin over here. Honey, how are things going on your side? When will the supplies you promised me be delivered? It's too chaotic outside. I don't dare to go to the supermarket myself. Li Shushang responded. Right away, baby. I'll send it to you as soon as I'm done with what I'm doing. But just then, the door behind him suddenly rang. He was so scared he panicked on the spot. So he hung up the phone and went to the door. Then he looked through the peephole. It turned out to be his best friend, Wen Shuya. Why are you knocking so hard? You want to scare me to death? Wen Shuya didn't answer. Instead, she said that Grandpa Lu from the first floor was taken away this morning. Kui Jin asked in confusion, how was he taken away? Wen Shuya said that he was taken away by a police car and an ambulance together. No wonder it was so noisy downstairs when I woke up this morning. It seems that the rampant flu is not alarmist. Did Li Shushang deliver the supplies he promised you? Kui Jin said no, not yet. I told you, no man is a good thing. Call him now. Tell him Zhang Xiaoyang has hoarded a lot of supplies. That he can make a fortune from the epidemic. Kui Jin asked in confusion, how do you know? Wen Shuya said that after she was kicked out by Zhang Xiaoyang last time, he specially arranged a simp to follow him. That guy has trucks delivering goods to unload every other day. It was then that Kui Jin realized. It seems that Zhang Xiaoyang knew about the epidemic a long time ago. Wen Shuya said there's nothing to be surprised about. Didn't Li Shushang also know immediately? Listen to me, call him now. Get things done as soon as possible. When we make money, let Li Shushang give us a bigger share. At the same time, I brought Zhang Kai and the others back to the base. Looking at the Doomsday Fortress in front of them, everyone couldn't help but feel awed. Seriously, isn't this too exaggerated? It's just like a fortress. I smiled slightly at this. Sure enough, everyone's first reaction is the same. And Sheng Bo and Shan Shan finally breathed a sigh of relief. Xiao Yang, you're finally back. Is everything alright? Wen Yan, I said I'm fine. Sheng Bo, Shan Shan. These are the new members I brought back. They are Zhang Kai and his classmates. They will be our companions from now on. These two are Sheng Bo and Shan Shan. I hope everyone can get along well in the future. Sheng Bo, take them around the base. And tell them about our information and rules. The glasses next to him smiled awkwardly. Why does it feel like I've arrived at the Northern Year's Den? At this time, a person behind him suddenly spoke. Can you give us some weapons first? We need strength to protect this place together. Wen Yan, I glanced coldly behind me. Eyeglasses, don't worry. We just got here. We have to gain their trust first, right? And I just responded faintly. Don't worry. Weapons will be issued to you in a few days. Also, this classmate is seriously injured. It's better to go to the infirmary for observation first. After that, Zhang Kai and the others freshened up. That was so refreshing. At this moment, someone suddenly asked in a cold voice. Glasses, why did you stop me just now? If you hadn't stopped me just now, he might have given us the weapons. Moreover, his tone was full of dissatisfaction. Our current situation is, to put it nicely, being protected. To put it bluntly, we are being held here under house arrest. Glasses said that we can't say that. After all, he saved us. At this time, Zhang Kai quickly stepped forward to smooth things over. Didn't he say that there's an employer protecting us? Wen Yan Yi Ming replied disdainfully. What is his background? Why did he save us? Someone hired him? Who hired him? He doesn't say. Who knows what he's planning? As he spoke, his eyes became exceptionally cold. And look at his attitude towards Chang Yi. It's said that he's in the infirmary for observation. But the structure of that infirmary is more solid than a prison. Who knows how many strong men are waiting for Chang inside? He might get his kidney taken out as soon as he goes in. So, Brothers, we have to strike first. But Glasses immediately denied his idea. What if we misunderstood him? Wouldn't that be repaying kindness with evil? But Yi Ming was completely disdainful. You teach me to face the world. If what Xiaoyang said is true, then why don't we take this fortress for ourselves? That's the only way to take the initiative, isn't it? Besides Xiaoyang, there's just an old man and a female student here. Now that Xiaoyang's not around, let's go over and take them down. And that female student is quite attractive. We could. Hee hee. As soon as these words were spoken, the atmosphere suddenly became unusually quiet. Zhang Kai and the other didn't dare imagine he would have such thoughts. Jian Zhuang, Yi Ming quickly waved his hand. Okay, don't be so nervous. I'm just messing with you two fools. Yi Ming, don't scare me. The apocalypse hasn't even arrived yet. And you already want to do such lawless things? Glasses also echoed. If he really wanted to take our kidneys, he could just imprison us now. After all, he has a gun, doesn't he? At this time, the three of them had finished washing up. Yi Ming behind them suddenly smiled sinisterly. A tree's roots are not enough for feathers. In troubled times, one must be ruthless. If you two make it, you'll be my lackeys for life. At the same time, I called Shen Bo and Shan Shan in. Shen Bo said Zhang Kai and the others were settled. Shen Chang, who was seriously injured, is still lying in the clinic. Logically, the doors and windows are all closed tightly. Thanks for your hard work, Shen Bo. You and Shan Shan should rest early. Something might come up tomorrow. Before leaving, I solemnly reminded Shen Bo. Besides Zhang Kai and Chen Chang, the other two classmates, you must be careful. I have a feeling that one of them is definitely a traitor. After arranging everything, I came to the warehouse alone. Then I opened the system shop. First, redeem these boxes and see. I only heard a ding from the system. The vendor suddenly lit up with dazzling white light. Indifferent cultivator supply box redeemed successfully. Sugar, oil, and protein supply box redeemed successfully. Weapon deterrent supply box redeemed successfully. Current remaining points, 8. Obtained 50 corn seeds. 200 kilograms of starch sausages. 100 kilograms of Mei Kai Ko Ru, braised pork with preserved mustard greens. 50 boxes of Lao Tan pickled cabbage noodles. 1,500 rounds of 9mm caliber ammunition. Overall, these rewards are pretty good. Although it can't compare to spending money freely now. But it's for the severely resource-scarce Moslin uncle soon. These rewards are like a royal flush. At the same time, on the road outside the fortress, 3 cars are arriving just in time. The cars quickly arrived at the entrance of the fortress. According to the address, this is the place. A group of thugs, led by a man in a black suit, are constantly cursing and grumbling with sticks in their hands. At this time, the man in the suit suddenly gives the order. It's this, smash it for me. Hearing this, a group of small thugs started smashing the gate wildly. But after smashing for a long time, they realized something was wrong. Boss, this door is probably an inch thick. We can't open it with the stuff we have. Hearing this, the man in the suit cursed. Damn, who uses such a thick door? Looks like we have to bring out the heavy stuff today. Saying that, he took out a huge box from the trunk. And inside, there are neatly arranged Molotov cocktails. Without saying a word, the thugs threw them into the fortress. Suddenly, the ground of the fortress began to burn. Thick smoke mixed with raging flames. Soon it turned into a sea of fire. As more and more Molotov cocktails were thrown in, Shan Shan and others quickly tried to put out the fire with water. Little Yang was right. The disaster hasn't fully arrived yet. And extreme situations have already begun to appear. And I walked out with the old man, carrying rifles. I want to see who is courting death. Shang Bo said this person looks familiar. And that car looks familiar. Ah, right, Xiaoyang. It's the guy who raced us on the highway. That's him, alright. And Mustache also found the road on the watchtower. Boss, they're coming out. Mustache immediately ordered them to run. That's right, it's this little bastard. Get out here now. Or I'll burn down your doghouse right now. Seeing his clownish behavior, I was disdainful. I'm only giving you 5 minutes. Get your goons and get the hell out of here. Upon hearing this, the thugs below were instantly enraged. What the hell are you talking about, you little punk? You probably don't know who our boss is. Stop talking nonsense with this kid. Bring out the remaining 2 boxes of Molotov cocktails. But just then, the system sent a new task. Ordinary threat. The base is under attack. Please eliminate the threat as soon as possible to get 10 points. Sonic asked me what to do. Should we fire a warning shot? I immediately said there was no need. These guys are obviously scum from society. The order hasn't completely collapsed, yet they dare to be lawless. Leaving these scumbags alive will not only harm more innocent people, but also threaten our safety. So I pulled the trigger without hesitation. One scumbag had his arm shot off on the spot. He immediately started screaming like crazy. My arm, my arm. But I just looked at him with disdain. I didn't expect to miss. Living in peace for too long has made my shooting rusty. Damn it, boss. They have guns. Retreat. 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 You little bastard, just wait. But I wasn't planning on letting them go. I hate leaving things unfinished. As I spoke, a burst of bullets erupted, instantly piercing the chests and heads of several scumbags. The other scumbags barely managed to escape to the car. Drive, drive. Drive quickly. I'm going to make that kid wish he was never born. Seeing this, Sonic reminded me they were trying to escape in the car. I signaled him to relax. This is why I brought an automatic rifle. As soon as I finished speaking, a burst of bullets flew over. The car roof was instantly riddled with holes. Then I skillfully reloaded another magazine. Shen Bo looked shocked. This kind of proficient skill and speed. Even back when I was serving in the military, I probably couldn't do what Xiao Yang is doing. What is his background? After a burst of intense gunfire, the scumbags were completely silenced. I shot them all down. Shen Bo, call Zhang Qi's mom. Let them go out and clean up the battlefield together. But then I realized that wouldn't work. You are still in the early stages of the disaster. Why not let these guys mutate into zombies? Use them for Zhang Kai and Shanshan to practice. So I told Shen Bo to forget it. Just let them lie on the road. At the same time, outside the perimeter of the Doomsday Fortress, several cars are heading towards me in a timely manner. It turns out it's that guy Li Shushang. Almost there, right? Coming along are Kui Jing and Wen Shuya. Wen Shuya smiled and said the next intersection is it. Kui Jing next to her looked very annoyed, showing this attitude when she sees Li Shushang. Does she really think I don't know what she's up to? At this time, Li Shushang in the car suddenly spoke. I'll park my car here. Baby, send me a message when you get inside. Hearing this, Kui Jing immediately got out of the car and pulled Wen Shuya along with her. Xiaoya, you come with me. Wen Shuya looked reluctant. Do I still have to go? Nonsense. How am I supposed to know which area it is? Wen Shuya gestured for her to keep going straight. It's 2 intersections away. But Kui Jing pulled her out. Stop talking nonsense and come with me. Hey, don't pull me. My phone is still in my bag. After Kui Jing and Wen Shuya left, Li Shushang immediately arranged for his men. Everyone, get ready. As soon as I start the car, you guys follow immediately. The hoodlum took the walkie-talkie and replied. Roger. Get ready, everyone. Oh, Jing Jing. Why did you have to drag me along? Wen Yan Kui Jing glared at him disdainfully. You're an old fox. You think I can't see through your little tricks? Oh, Jing Jing, you're wronging me. I dressed up so nicely. Wasn't it to more securely hook up with that loser Zhang Xiaoyang? After all, he knows about your affair with Li Shushang. But the next second, the two were dumbfounded. What's going on up ahead? Looking at the corpses all over the ground, the two couldn't help but be terrified. What's going on here? Could it be a gunfight? That's not right, Jing Jing. Why are these people all dead? Should we go back? But judging from the bloodstains, these people have been dead for a while. Could it be that 2 groups fought each other over supplies? Doesn't that mean Zhang Xiaoyang is probably in grave danger too? It's not a pity if he dies. I just wonder if the supplies are still there. But Wen Shuya keeps wanting to go back. To have Li Shushang and them come and take a look. But don't be afraid of your career recently. Let's move over quietly. See if the factory gate is locked. Damn, this gate is too secure. You can't see anything inside. Does that mean Zhang Xiaoyang is alright? But in the next second, a voice from the tower startled the two. Who are you two? What are you doing here? It turns out to be Shan Shan with a weapon. Seeing this, Wen Shuya quickly said, We are Zhang Xiaoyang's friends. This one next to me is Zhang Xiaoyang's girlfriend. Hearing this, Shan Shan immediately reported to me. Brother Xiaoyang, there are two young ladies outside. One of them claims to be your girlfriend. Seeing this scene, Kui Jing was so angry that her teeth itched. I was wondering why this bastard changed his attitude. He actually found a new girlfriend. But Wen Shuya signaled her to be patient. Also, the girl up there has a crossbow. Can Li Shushang and them handle it? Kui Jing signaled to rest assured. Li Shushang brought several handguns. As long as we get the door open, he will be able to take down Zhang Xiaoyang. At this moment, I also heard the sound and came over. What are you doing here? While speaking, I opened the eye of the mind. Two unkind expressions appeared above my head. Wen Shuya quickly explained. Oh, brother Xiaoyang. We're friends, after all. Can't we come see you? It's so chaotic outside now. We're both especially worried about you. Aren't you worried about us? I smiled disdainfully at Wen Yan. Worried about me? If I'm not mistaken, that beast Li Shushang should be nearby, bringing a lot of people and weapons, waiting for my death. The two were shocked when they heard this. How could Zhang Xiaoyang know so clearly? But I didn't give the two of them a chance to explain at all. Several bullets burst out immediately. Zhang Xiaoyang, are you *****ing crazy? You actually dare to shoot at me? Wen Shuya signaled to Kui Jing to calm down. This guy has a weapon in his hand. What if you provoke him? But Kui Jing couldn't care less at this time. What's there to be afraid of? Does Zhang Xiaoyang dare to shoot me dead? To this, I really sneered. Shoot you dead? That's too cheap. No sooner had the words left his mouth than a sense of crisis arose in both their hearts. But when they looked back, the previous corpses had mutated. The still figures were getting up. And this is exactly our purpose. I want you to die in their mouths. The zombie horde suddenly roared. One burst out and came towards Kui Jing and the other. Jian Zhuang and the other quickly ran away. At the same time, they didn't forget to call Li Shushang in the car. Li Shushang, save us. There are zombies everywhere. Seeing this, Li Shushang was also stunned. Damn, how could there suddenly be a flu outbreak here? So he quickly ordered his subordinates. Turn around. Turn around. Quickly turn around. There's a flu outbreak. Turn around quickly. He didn't care about Kui Jing and the other who were being chased by zombies. Li Shushang, you bastard. I usually serve you so well. I don't want to die here. Saying that, she threw the backpack at Wen Shuya. Bitch, go to hell. Because of the loss of inertia, Wen Shuya slipped and fell to the ground with a thump. At this time, Wen Shuya fell into despair. She could only watch helplessly as the zombies searched for her, and was ruthlessly fed to the zombies as a meal. Kui Jing, you bitch. Bastard, you'll die a terrible death. But at this moment, Kui Jing doesn't care if you live or die. This is all your fault, monster's obsession. Shan Shan, standing next to him, was already so scared that she covered her mouth. Suddenly, the system issued a prompt. Common threat completed, earning 12 points. And issued a new task. Clean up the infected and monsters lurking outside the stronghold by early morning. Only then did Shan Shan finally realize that those guys had turned into zombies out of nowhere. Jian Zhuang, I explained to him. Now we've officially entered the apocalypse. The air contains a large amount of otherworldly infectious agents. Exposed corpses will quickly mutate into zombies. Even living people who are injured or have weak constitutions have a high risk of mutation. Announce now. And have everyone come to a meeting. Everyone must have seen what's outside. So, in the next few days, stay indoors as much as possible unless necessary. Close the doors and windows and let your body gradually adapt to the infectious agents. This can greatly reduce the risk of mutation. Wen Yan Zhang Kai a little worried. Then what about Chang Yi? Meanwhile, in the quarantine room, Chang Yi's arm had already picked up Jing Jing and was shaking, creaking. Blood vessels were spreading crazily throughout his body. Meanwhile, in the human world, Zhang Shengzhe looked at the crowd outside through the window. It seems like it's a complete mess out there now. I have to go to the warehouse tonight to bring back the remaining supplies. Xiao Li, you and Shui wait for me at home. Don't open the door for anyone but me. But no sooner had he said that than there was a knock on the door. Zhang Shengzhe nervously looked towards the door. Who could it be this time? So he made a shushing gesture and then grabbed a golf club and walked towards the door. At this moment, a voice came from outside the door. Is Brother Jay home? Seeing it was Yang Dao, Zhang Shengzhe immediately breathed a sigh of relief. It's just Yang Dao. Then he opened the door. But what greeted him was a fierce kick from Yang Dao. He was knocked to the ground on the spot and restrained. Zhang Shengzhe was immediately enraged. Yang Dao, what the hell do you want? But Yang Dao just looked at him coldly. Yang Dao, what the hell do you mean? I've always been so good to you. Could you have earned the down payment for your house without me? Good to me? You have the nerve to say that again? In your eyes, I'm just a lackey. I only earned a little down payment money because of you. But you've earned enough for several houses. Enough nonsense. Give me your warehouse keys and address right now. Hearing this, Zhang Shengzhe glared at Yang Dao fiercely. Seeing this, Yang Dao glared back disdainfully. Looks like you're stubborn. Then he grabbed Xiao Li's hair. You, get over here. Bad guy, let go of my mom. But he was met with a merciless slap from Yang Dao. You little bastard, becoming a thug now? He spoke and slapped him again. Seeing this, Zhang Shengzhe on the side roared on the spot. Damn it, if you have the guts, come at me. Let go of my wife and child. Letting them go isn't impossible. As long as you cooperate, they'll be safe. Now, immediately take us to the warehouse. Helpless, Zhang Shengzhe could only comply. But when the warehouse was opened, Yang Dao was disappointed. Yang Dao immediately questioned, why is there so little left? Hearing this, Zhang Shengzhe slowly explained. Isn't it because you found a big client? Even the near expiry and expired food is almost gone. So Yang Dao was silent for a moment. Zhang Xiaoyang. If we could take over the supplies stockpiled in Zhang Xiaoyang's area and make them our own, wouldn't we be able to sit back and relax? Seeing this, Zhang Shengzhe reminded him. I advise you not to mess with him. When I was delivering goods, I accidentally saw he had a piece tucked in his waist. That kid must have known in advance about the doomsday disaster. But Yang Dao really didn't seem to care at all. That's what you need to worry about. Hearing this, Zhang Shengzhe immediately questioned what he meant. Yang Dao said coldly, use Zhang Xiaoyang's supplies to exchange for your wife and children's safety. This deal is fair to you, even if he benefits. Hearing this, Zhang Shengzhe looked troubled. But in the current situation, he has no way to interfere. Meanwhile, at the Doomsday Fortress, I led everyone to observe Chen Chang's every move. At this time, Chen Chang was about to transform immediately, constantly struggling and roaring. Zhang Kai and the other two had different expressions on their faces. Yiming decisively suggested killing him. Hearing this, my eyes suddenly lost their meaning. Zhang Kai questioned Yiming, what did you say? You want to kill Chang? Yiming said, Chang is already dead. If we don't deal with him quickly, he might hurt us if he loses control. But Zhang Kai said, no way. Chang is our brother. You're giving up on him without even trying? At this moment, eyes turned to me, pleading for help. Yiming was right. Once it flares up, there's almost no chance of recovery. As I said that, I took out the dagger from my waist. Without a word, I handed it to Yiming. Take it. Yiming looked puzzled, wondering what I meant. I glared at him coldly. I want you to end him now. Seeing this, Yiming immediately started trembling uncontrollably. And I kept saying to him, haven't you always wanted a weapon? Now, pick up the weapon and relieve him of his suffering. Yiming gritted his teeth and grabbed the dagger. At this moment, Zhang Kai suddenly got up and walked over and snatched the dagger from Yiming's hand. Let me do it, Brother Yang. After I handed the dagger to Zhang Kai. Zhang Kai took the knife and began to tremble. Seeing this, I reminded him from the side. Have you thought about it? What if everything I said before was a lie? This stab will make you a murderer. But Zhang Kai seemed very determined. I trust you, Brother Yang. Seeing this, I smiled slightly. Then do it. After Zhang Kai took one last look at the struggling Chen Cheng. He raised the dagger and was about to stab Chen Cheng in the head. In the next second, Chen Cheng, who was still struggling, suddenly stopped. It turned out that at the moment Zhang Kai was about to strike. I grabbed his arm and stopped him. Zhang Kai was very puzzled by this. He looked back at me and asked, "What's wrong, Brother Yang?" Seeing this, I explained to him. His situation is special. I have a use for him. You all go out first. It turned out that I suddenly received a system prompt. Congratulations, you have discovered a rare chief editor aberrant. Then I slammed the door shut. Then I looked at Chen Cheng, who was constantly roaring. Chen Cheng, right? Hearing this, Chen Cheng made a gurgling sound in his throat. I stared at him with a serious face. I have a very important task for you. Therefore, you must be obedient. At the same time, Zhang Shengzhe had a cold face. He was driving towards me. He accidentally crashed into a curb. So Zhang Shengzhe snorted. Damn it, what bad luck. Fortunately, it's not far. Little did he know that a zombie suddenly appeared behind him. Without a word, it rushed towards Zhang Shengzhe. After knocking down the zombie, he didn't forget to smash the zombie again with the tree. But soon several more zombies appeared behind him. Zhang Shengzhe realized that he couldn't stay here long. Then he walked towards my fortress. At the same time, at the fortress entrance, several zombies were howling outside. Hearing the noise, I couldn't help but go out. I picked up weapons and led everyone to get rid of these zombies. Shan Shan suddenly said, Brother Yang, these things tied to your hands are so inconvenient and uncomfortable. To this, I seriously explained. Zombies have no rationality. So their explosive power is much greater than normal people, making them very dangerous. And because of your current combat experience, you are prone to injury, so you must wear protective gear. Take it off after you have more experience in the future. Soon we spotted the zombies in front of us. Everyone get ready. This is already within the zombies' perception range. At the same time, the zombies also noticed our presence. They immediately roared loudly and charged directly at me. At this time, I didn't forget to remind him. Remember what I told you. Support each other and keep your distance. He easily dodged the zombies' attack. Taking advantage of the zombies' missed attack, I immediately reminded him. Quick, aim for the temples and the back of the head. Wen Yan's eyes flashed and he rushed over. He slashed the zombie's head hard with a knife. But all that was heard was a thud. Yan immediately grabbed his wrist and shouted. I told him the skull on top of the zombie's head is the hardest. You definitely can't do it like that. But the next second, the zombie grabbed Ai's neck and bit into his intestines without saying a word. Ai shouted anxiously, Cross, save me. Cross, save me. Seeing me, he smiled slightly. Your defensive stance is quite standard. Zhang Ji, your teammate needs you now. Wen Yan Zhang Kai came behind the zombie with a stick and immediately smashed it at the zombie's neck. With the combined efforts of several people, they finally subdued the zombie. Not bad, not bad. Now it's starting to look like something. Little did they know, a zombie suddenly appeared behind me. Brother Xiaoyang, how do you think we performed? But the next second, he was dumbfounded, seeing that the zombie had already rushed behind me. Zhang Kai shouted anxiously, Brother Xiaoyang, be careful. Seeing the zombie about to bite my shoulder. But who knew, the next second, the zombie was easily pinned down by me. Did you forget what I told you? You must always be aware of your surroundings. Everyone was stunned by this scene. They didn't expect me to be able to subdue zombies so easily. And looking at Zhang Shengzhe's face, he had already sneaked outside the fortress. He didn't expect there to be so many zombies here already. Is Zhang Xiaoyang that guy already done for? But then he heard several people talking. Your comrade's back needs your support. Always be vigilant. Zhang Shengzhe immediately recognized my voice. I'm going, no way. Zhang Xiaoyang and his group are hunting zombies. And just as he was glancing at me, a dark figure suddenly fell at his feet. The dark figure was Wen Shuya, who had been bitten to death by zombies. She directly grabbed Zhang Shengjia's trouser leg. Zhang Shengjia was so frightened that he collapsed to the ground. His face immediately showed a terrified expression. Wen Shuya, who had turned into a zombie, also roared. She opened her dark, little mouth and charged towards Zhang Shengjia. Seeing this, Zhang Shengjia secretly cried out, "Oh no! It's over." But the next second, a bang was heard. Wen Shuya's head exploded. Zhang Shengjia was stunned on the spot. When he took a closer look, it turned out that I had shot Wen Shuya in the head. Seeing this, Zhang Shengjia quickly got up and hoarsely reached out to me. But my eyes narrowed. Zhang Shengjia, what are you doing here? Brother Yang, I finally got to see you alive. But I immediately noticed the wound on his arm. It was obvious that he had been bitten by Wen Shuya, who had turned into a zombie. So I immediately put the gun to his forehead. You've been bitten. Seeing he was about to be shot, Zhang Shengjia begged for mercy repeatedly. Brother Yang, please, don't shoot. I have something to say. I know I'm beyond saving. It probably won't be half a day. I'll become a zombie. But that bastard Yang Dao kidnapped our wives and children. And used them to coerce me into finding a way to screw you over. And seize your resources. I know I'm not noble. But I think I've never done anything terribly wicked. My wife and children are innocent too. Those beasts won't let our wives and children go. Their fate will probably be more miserable than mine. So, Brother Yang, I beg you. For the sake of me helping you hoard supplies, save them. Hearing this, I pondered for a moment. Even though his initial intention was just to make money for himself, he really helped me a lot. Currently, the fortress has a large capacity. Rescue Zhang Shengjia's wife and children, reward, 25 points. The cleaning task received is also 70% complete. So I said to Zhang Shengjia, don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and children. Seeing me agree, Zhang Shengjia immediately started kowtowing. Thank you, Brother Yang. Zhang Shengjia may not be able to repay you in this lifetime. I hope I can be your horse in the next life. Speaking, he directly sat on the ground. Do it, Yang Ge. So, Zhang Shengjia wants me to end him. He doesn't want to become a zombie later, threatening the lives of his wife and children. Seeing him like this, I feel a bit sorry for him. Then I had Shanshan get a bicycle from the warehouse for him. Then have him go a little further away. Avoid the crowds and go to sparsely populated fields. No need to know why. You don't have much time, just listen to me and do it. Hearing this, Zhang Shengjia also put down the burden in his heart. I understand, Yang Ge. But still, thank you. Then he rode his bicycle towards the wilderness. At this moment, Zhang Shengjia only had one name in his mind. And poured gasoline on the zombies. With the sound of a lighter flicking. Instantly, the zombies were submerged in the raging fire. Finally, it's over. Everyone is really exhausted today. With their current strength and experience, 2 or 3 people using ordinary melee weapons, it shouldn't be a problem to hunt down isolated zombies without getting hurt. But if they face a small group of zombies or a horde, they probably won't be able to handle it. So I said loudly, you all come with me. Then he led everyone to the warehouse door and handed him the warehouse key. This is where all the weapons are stored. Tonight, I have to go to the testing ground. The safety of the fortress is your responsibility. Wen Yansheng looked at me with a worried face. The city is already in complete chaos. Are you going alone? At this time, Zhang Kai suddenly spoke. Brother Yang, why don't the 3 of us go with you? Sword-shaped, I am forgetful, no need. You guys can't handle the dangers outside right now. Going would just be a burden. Shengbo, I'm counting on you here. Then I took a machine gun and headed alone towards the city. I opened the system store and saw it was all empty. This system store refresh is too slow. Manually refreshing also wastes 2 points. But this task is a bit tricky. To be safe, I should manually refresh it. Then I heard a ding from the system. The system refreshed a 20-point black technology supply box, a 5-point life-saving supply box, and a 5-point armed deterrence supply box. But manually refreshing actually went from 2 points to 4 points. Looks like I'll have to save these points in the future. The boxes that cost points to refresh are pretty cool. Luckily, I have enough points. So he spent 20 points to redeem a black technology supply box. The moment the box opened, a blinding white light appeared. And he received a physical enhancement potion as a reward. What the hell? Was that just a flashbang for me? But the +5 physical enhancement potion surprised me. So without a word, I injected it into my arm. The pain made me twist and contort on the spot. This is what the system prompted. The attribute of 13 is 260% of a normal person. Space ring in mind's eye. Meanwhile, at Zhang Shengzhe's house. Don't be afraid, Shuai. Trust Dad, I'll handle everything. At this moment, Yang walked over menacingly with his men. What do you want? Want to ask what we want? Of course, it's for you to thank me. As he said this, he tore off Zhang Shengzhe's wife's clothes. These scumbags immediately pinned the woman to the ground. No matter how much she shouted, it was useless. Just have some fun with your big brothers. But at that moment, a figure suddenly appeared. And stopped their actions on the spot. What are you doing? So noisy. Wen Yan, with a crew cut, looked embarrassed. Brother Li, want to join us? But as soon as he said this, he was immediately scolded by Brother Li. The damn job isn't even done yet. And you're already thinking about messing around? Let him go now. But Flathead looked displeased. What's wrong, Brother Li? This isn't the first time brothers have. Hearing this, Brother Li became furious. You're messing with his wife and kids now. What if this woman can't take it and kills herself? Then Zhang Shengzhe will have nothing to lose. And he'll fight us to the death. No one will benefit, understand? Causing trouble. Speaking of which, a sudden change. After we take care of Zhang Shengzhe, let's all brothers have a go. Not let this woman rest for a single day. Hearing this, the men had no choice but to stop. Before leaving, they stuck their tongues out at the woman. Wait for me, little baby. Leaving only the mother and son spitting in disgust. Soon, it was evening. You would inadvertently see a few zombies on the street. But I looked completely calm. My physique at 13 o'clock is more than twice that of a normal person. Reaction and control have also been greatly improved. Easily navigating through the congested streets. This feeling is simply amazing. We are about to reach the main city. There are more zombies on the street. Therefore, the car cannot continue forward. That would be too conspicuous. Now we can only walk. But just then, the sound of zombies suddenly came from behind. So I quickly turned around. And 2 zombies roared as they pounced on me. Seeing this, I quickly dodged the attack. Then my fist passed by the zombie's ear. Followed by a shoulder slam. I squatted down and smashed it into the other zombie. Then I opened the space ring. And a long blade appeared in my hand. Seeing this, the zombies roared at me furiously. But I realized I had to quickly eliminate the zombies in front of me. So I rushed up in a violent charge. 2 flashes of light. And the 2 zombies were instantly killed. Only their heads rolled on the ground. I was very satisfied with this. Whether it's strength or reaction speed. It's simply crushing for the current zombies. Having twice the physique of a normal person is truly extraordinary. Moreover, my perception has also been greatly improved. Suddenly, I heard the voice of someone calling for help ahead. Approximately 800 meters ahead. Just then, a ding sound was heard. Congratulations, you have triggered a random encounter mission. It turned out that several people ahead were under attack by zombies. A strong security guard said, Quickly, bring over some more heavy objects. A child beside him also said worriedly, Will we die here today? Don't worry, son. Those sons of bitches definitely won't get in. Even if they do, it's okay. At worst, we'll go reunite with your mom early. Hearing this, the boy broke down and cried on the spot. I don't want to die. Seeing this, the security guard scolded him on the spot. Old Song, do you even know how to talk? Stop scaring him. Hearing this, Old Song didn't back down. If I knew how to talk, I would have become the property manager already. The security guard also realized that the situation was not optimistic. Could it be that we're really going to end up here today? And there are more and more zombies outside. Soon, the zombie horde launched an attack on the glass door. Seeing this scene, everyone looked panicked. What's going on? But the next second, a zombie suddenly crashed into the glass door, knocking Old Song's son to the side. Seeing this, Old Song immediately looked forward. Only the black blood of the zombie was left on the glass. And it didn't attack again. Seeing this, the security guard quickly ordered, Old Song, quickly move the two heavy objects with Zixuan. Remember to be gentle. Be careful not to make any noise. But when they opened the glass door, they found that all the zombies outside were lying on the ground. Seeing this, the few people looked puzzled. What's going on? Who could have done this? At this moment, Zixuan shouted in horror. It's a mutant. It must be a mutant. Wenyan Lao Song looked dumbfounded. What mutant are you talking about? Then Zixuan explained. A mutant is more powerful than a regular zombie. It's an enhanced version of a zombie, with increased agility. That's how it's set up in comics, novels, and games. Upon hearing this, Lao Song immediately scolded her. Comics, novels, games. Is that all you have in your head all day? No wonder your grades are always at the bottom. Hearing the father and daughter arguing, the security guard quickly turned around. Lao Song, you're really lacking in emotional intelligence. What kind of time is this to be arguing about this? Quick, let's carefully observe the surroundings together. Don't get ambushed by this so-called mutant. Everyone, pay attention to observe your own direction. Slowly gather towards the settlement. As they walked, the group stopped at a corner. At the same time, my rescue mission was completed. And I received 5 points as a reward. At this moment, the group also discovered my presence and stared at my back with a puzzled look. At this moment, Song Zixuan shouted in horror. Mutant. He must be that mutant. But the security guard held a different view. I think he's a survivor. Hearing this, I smiled slightly. A mutant. Hey, young man, you have quite the imagination. It's not yet at the point where mutants are everywhere. Seeing that I was human, the security guard's nervousness eased. Indeed, a survivor. Young man, you can't do that. It's too dangerous to walk around outside alone. At times like these, we need to stick together to survive. Come with us. At this moment, I suddenly asked. Who are you people? Are there only a few of you here? Seeing this, the security guard looked around warily. We're out looking for supplies. I see you're wearing golden clothes. It shouldn't be far from there, right? Old Song said it wasn't far, just across the street. At this moment, Old Song patted me on the shoulder and said, Young brother, come with us. There's strength in numbers. And your Uncle Lee has a gun. Hearing them say this, I couldn't help but find it funny. But I still smiled and said, Okay, then thank you. Then I followed Uncle Lee and them to the street. At this moment, Uncle Song suddenly asked, Young man, you asking about the golden clothes? Is it to meet up with someone important? Is it family or a girlfriend? Uncle is reminding you now. You need to be mentally prepared. It's the end times now. No matter who you're looking for. At this moment, Uncle Lee suddenly chimed in. Even if you're not killed by the rampagers, you might run into that group of beasts. Hearing this, I was confused. What group of beasts? They're a bunch of ghouls. Holed up in the Emerald Mountain Villa in the east of the city. They harm other survivors for survival. I encountered them once. Many of my companions died at their hands. Forget it, never mind. In short, be careful when you see other survivors. But in the instant he was speaking, a zombie suddenly appeared. Seeing this, Song Zixuan immediately reminded him. Uncle Lee, be careful. But the next second, the zombie rushed in front of Uncle Lee. There were a few bangs. 2 holes appeared in the zombie's head on the spot. Damn zombies trying to ambush me. Let you taste my bullets. But the gunshots also attracted the attention of more zombies. They all gathered towards here. Uncle Lee looked anxious at this scene. What should we do? We need to be calm. Then he looked towards the bus. Got it. Then he shouted to everyone. Everyone, quickly get into that bus. Uncle Lee's command was well organized. Rushing around recklessly could alert more zombies. And the bus, as a closed shelter, is perfect for defense. But the only drawback is, once it falls, there's nowhere to retreat. Jian Zhuangli shouted anxiously. Kid, stop dawdling and catch up. At the last moment, I finally ran onto the bus. Then Uncle Li slammed the door shut. Everyone, carefully observe each seat. See if there are any hidden lurkers. Song Zixuan shouted, looking out the window. They haven't given up yet. They're still gathering here. In the blink of an eye, the zombie horde rushed to the windows. Jian Zhuangli thought something was wrong. Damn, we were still too slow. But the zombies outside were constantly slamming against the windows. As the number of zombies increased, it was clear that Uncle Li was starting to lose his grip. Seeing that the zombies were about to break through the door, I had no choice but to take action. I easily closed the door with a casual hand. Uncle Li was dumbfounded by this. It was only later that he realized. Tay men, why are you so energetic? To this, I responded indifferently. They can't drive without me watching them. Hurry up and tell everyone to smash the windows and fight back. Seeing this, Uncle Li went to arrange for everyone to take action. Soon, the car windows were smashed open by everyone working together. Seeing this, the zombie horde went even more crazy. They howled at the car windows. But the next second, the head of the leading zombie took a hit. It turned out that violent Uncle Song had launched the attack. Tay men, zombies must die. And everyone else tightly grabbed Uncle Song's body. But the number of zombies was really too many. Uncle Li's gun clearly didn't have enough bullets. This is what I reminded Uncle Li from behind. Use this. Uncle Li looked puzzled. A crossbow? Where did you get a crossbow? To this, I lied, I just happened to pick it up casually. With the powerful output of the crossbow, zombies were shot in the heart on the spot. With the familiar cooperation of Uncle Li and Uncle Song, the zombie horde outside quickly suffered heavy casualties. Before long, the zombies outside were completely dealt with. At this time, Song Zixuan slowly spoke. Twice we've been able to turn danger into safety. This is definitely not a coincidence. Could we be the chosen ones of the apocalypse? To this, I was too lazy to respond. You must always maintain a cautious attitude. Don't make such careless mistakes again. Meanwhile, at the end of World Fortress, I hope everything is going well for Xiaoyang. Yi Ming behind him suddenly spoke. How about I take the night watch tonight? Wen Yan's eyes showed a mischievous smile. Why are you suddenly so eager today? Who would have thought that this would completely enrage Yi Ming? What the hell? When am I not eager? You should take care of yourself. Wen Ting's eyes looked puzzled. What's wrong? Why are you reacting so strongly? Seeing this, Sheng Duo just glanced at the two of them. Okay. Since Yi Ming has volunteered to keep watch, then the others should take the time to go back and rest. Yi Ming, be careful. Wake everyone up in time if there's a situation. Soon, it was late at night. It's getting late. Everyone should be asleep by now. Time is of the essence. I must get things done before Zhang Xiaoyang returns. At this time, Shen Bo was already sound asleep. And the armory key was placed next to his pillow. Suddenly, the door behind him opened slightly. And it was Yi Ming who appeared outside the door. Yi Ming tiptoed to Shen Bo's bedside. Just as he was about to reach for the armory key, Shen Bo suddenly opened his eyes wide. Then he got up and questioned Yi Ming, "What are you doing?" Seeing that he was exposed, Yi Ming was so angry that he gritted his teeth. Then, without a word, he punched Shen Bo on the head. Shen Bo let out a painful groan. Immediately afterwards, Yi Ming fled outside without looking back. Lu Yiming, you bastard. What exactly do you want? Give me back the key. Shen Bo's shout instantly alarmed the others in the room. Shan Shan was the first to come out. What happened? At this time, Shen Bo explained while covering his face. It's Lu Yiming. That bastard actually stole the armory key. You guys hurry up and chase him back. Wen Yan, Zhang Kai, and others closely followed behind Yi Ming. Yi Ming, stop right there. What are you trying to do by stealing the armory key? Yi Ming didn't bother to respond to this. Instead, He directly pushed over the screen by the corridor. Don't come over. Seeing this, Zhang Kai immediately cursed angrily. Damn it! Yi Ming, what the hell do you want to do? Just as Yi Ming passed the door of the infirmary, an evil idea suddenly popped into his head. Might as well go all the way. He opened the door and came directly in front of Chongye. Sorry, Chongye, he said, about to untie the belt that bound Chongye. But the next second, Yiming was dumbfounded. It turned out that Chongye's other hand suddenly grabbed the crutch and roared at Yiming. Seeing this, Yiming exclaimed, damn. Why was the belt on the other hand loose? Could it be that it wasn't tied well when it was tied up? That's fine with me. Saves me the risk of untying him myself. Soon Zhang Kai and the others chased after him. They saw a figure ahead in the late night. Seeing this, Zhang Kai thought, this is bad. Lu Yiming, you bastard. He actually released Chongye from the clinic. We're done for. Does he want to kill us? Shen Bo also scolded angrily. I didn't expect this kid to be a beast. It's all my fault for being blind. Shan Shan asked anxiously, what should we do, master? Our weapons are all locked in the warehouse. Hearing this, Shen Bo immediately commanded. Now everyone, let's lock Chen Chang back in the clinic first. Everyone spread out a little. Follow the method that Xiaoyang taught us. Be careful not to get bitten by him. Hearing this, everyone immediately prepared to act. But strangely, Chang Yi didn't even move. Seeing this, several people rushed forward. Without a word, they immediately grabbed Chang Yi's neck. Chang Yi could only let out piercing roars. In the blink of an eye, the others had Chang Yi under control. Seeing this, Shen Bo continued to direct. Now, quickly lock him in the infirmary. Be careful. Hearing this, the three of them shouted 3, 2, 1. And pushed Chang Yi in all at once. Then, with a snap, they locked the infirmary. Shen Bo was nervous.